What's going on? What is going on? It's your boy, Smooth Blaze. And I would like to welcome back to the reality tip, present versus future, episode 11. So, before we get into any of the major points for this week, please make sure you like, comment, and subscribe to my channel. Also hit that notification bell and select all so you will not miss one video. Now, previously, 2 weeks ago on the reality check, what we discussed is how to stay leveled in times of uncertainty. How do you move in these areas? What are some things that you need to improve on? And what can we do to ensure that you survive or you maintain and dominate in this aspect? Now, for this week, a question what came to mind was, where do I get my resilience from? Again, where do I get my resilience from? Now, it's an important thing to understand the power of determination. So as I reflect over myself, I think about these few attributes that I have already. The importance of structure, meaning that I need it to be aligned a certain way to ensure that I accomplish the things that I'm set for myself. Self-accountability, the ability to understand what I've done well versus what I need to improve on to ensure that I make those adjustments in order to make a better representation for myself to keep myself resilient. Understanding my why. During difficult times, no matter what it is, understanding your why will allow you to stay strong or stay motivated in that aspect to elaborate on different things that you're doing and push through those difficult times where you may be uncertain as to why you continually doing this. Organized, unique, and reflective. Those are a few other things I learned about myself. Being organized, being able to put things in certain place so I can visually see the vision. Unique is standing out in a way that makes me unique, or not necessarily unique, that makes me more marketable to the next person or makes a difference between the two. And reflective, looking at things that I've done in my past, good or bad, and trying to make sure that I make unnecessary adjustments. Another thing could be, what are some of my healthy habits that I have created when it comes to my resilience? Paying a close attention to detail, meaning that in a lot of situations, I use my skills and abilities to look at what I have versus what I don't have and try to make the best move. Removing negative energy, meaning I've dealt with people that have brought me down. I've dealt with people that have brought negative mindset or have this view of glass half empty versus looking at the positive in things. So continually to separate myself from those persons to ensure that I get the best product of myself. Documenting what needs to be done, meaning let's help me organize my mind, my thoughts, and my vision. So that's always important. Another one would be making sure I make time for my mental health, meaning finding ways to get out things that are bothering me. In addition, finding things that I enjoy doing to ensure that I am able to be the best version of myself. Finding happiness in small things, meaning cherishing those small moments in our lives where it may not be a big accomplishment, but it's something that you should be proud of. Maintaining my humility and never stop learning. Those are very essential to the growth of you. Now, as we think about resilience, time management always comes into play, correct? So when you think about that, the question you have to ask yourself is, what value of time, or how do I value time when I know tomorrow is not promised? We have to realize that within this day, what can I accomplish that will give me an opportunity to prepare me for the next? Meaning that if there are certain things that I plan on doing tomorrow, what can I do now to ensure that I make sound decisions or free up space for the next day. Relationships. This is a major one and something we need to always overview and look at. How resilient are the persons in your circle? Are we reflective of one another? Meaning, when I look at the people that I connect with and I'm consistently get information, knowledge, and also share my personal thoughts with, do they have resilient people in that circle? Are these persons on the same level of me from a mentality perspective? Not financial, not a physical, not mental. From a focus standpoint, are we on the same level? So as we reflect over that, how do I fit within my circle? Meaning, if I'm a resilient person, does my resilience rub off on the next person? And can my resilience in that field or that encouragement that I need to make another person resilient actually make a difference? So we all know that that's important and essential to the elevation of yourself. Financial management, that's another aspect where we always kind of overlook. And the biggest thing is, have I stewarded my money that God has given me wisely? He will provide in the areas where I lack. Meaning, being a good steward is great because it allows you to show God that you appreciate what he's done for you. No matter how big, no matter how small your pot is. Manipulate and do what you best you can with it. He sees that. So the areas where you don't know where your next blessing is coming from, he always comes through and makes sure that you do that. But financial management is something that needs to be trained and built over time. It's not going to happen overnight, but that is essential to being resilient, because at the end of the day, you want to be resilient in what you do. You want to be resilient in your finances as well. Resilience as it relates to your faith level. This is major. God understands what me and you are going through. He also holds the keys to our future, meaning we have to be resilient in life. Understand that our faith is not visually seen right in front of us sometimes. We have to allow God to be our anchor or our lead or our guide to ensure that we continue to be resilient even through the tough times, to ensure that we get what we need done. So after we review all these different things, the last thing we have to ask ourselves is, once the storm has ended, once it's time for us to coast and don't have to necessarily worry about being resilient, what's next? First thing that you should always focus on is remember that God gave you the strength to be resilient, always. Don't ever think just because you have certain things that he hasn't blessed you enough to get you to that point. Keep that always close. Next, keep the faith during peaceful times. Meaning, when things are going great for you, keep the faith. Because at the end of the day, there's going to be some valleys and there's going to be some transgressions coming. We just have to be prepared for it. Prepare yourself for the next storm, meaning we know trouble is going to come. We know trials and tribulations are going to come. So in our good season, let's move forward and carry that momentum we learned from our previous time where we can be more resilient. Making sure your circle reflects you. That's the last thing. Just always remember that. Your circle should be a reflection of who you are. If it is not a positive reflection of you and it does not fit, remove it or remove yourself. Because sometimes you could be the issue. So, as we close, I would like to thank you for checking out my new video. Please make sure you like, comment, and subscribe to my channel. Also, hit that notification bell, select all, so you will not miss one video. Now, before we check out for this week, just remember this simple phrase. We cannot control the hand that was dealt for us, but we can always move with a purpose. It's your boy, Smooth Blaze, and I'm signing out. Peace.